Hello, I'm Cothrix, and today I'll be talking about Alan Wake. Alan Wake is a boring game, but it is a good story. In fact, the story is the only thing that kept me playing as long as I did. I'll be honest and say that I didn't finish the game. I know that hurts my gamer cred or whatever, but I have a feeling that completing the game wouldn't change any of the things I'm about to say. I want to start with the game's good points. As I said before, the story is very interesting and well told, so I suppose it's a good thing that the game focuses on its strongest point. I won't go into the complexities of the story, but basically it's a supernatural horror mystery. There are a lot of atmospheric touches to the game, such as radios that you can listen to or random TVs you can watch. Actually, I like the TV shows quite a bit. They're basically Twilight Zone-esque shorts that sort of tie into the story.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum immortality!
In fact, I think the game would have made a better TV show to begin with. It's written and even presented like one, with recaps at the start of each chapter. If it ever became a TV show, I'd definitely watch it. However, the focus on story is ultimately why it fails as a game. After a short gameplay segment at the very beginning, the player is forced to watch 20 minutes of cutscenes before another meaningful gameplay segment. And I use the word meaningful lightly, as the actual gameplay is anything but. The areas are extremely linear with a very simple goal, to get to point B. As you move through those areas, you'll have to defeat waves of the same 2 or 3 different kinds of enemies. The basic mechanic is you shine your flashlight on them until they are vulnerable, and then you shoot them. The flashlight mechanic is a neat idea, but the main problem with it is it just takes too long. For tougher enemies, you'll be shining a flashlight on them for upwards of 30 seconds before they're vulnerable. It's even worse once you start coming across pools of sludge on the floor that disappear with enough light and only serve to waste your time. As far as I could tell, your skill with aiming won't help speed things along either, as enemies don't take any more damage from being shot in the head. This might seem like a nitpick, but it's actually very disconcerting. In typical shooting games, not only are headshots a measure of player skill, but there's also something extremely satisfying about being able to kill enemies more efficiently. Though, conserving ammunition doesn't really matter in Alan Wake. The idea of conserving ammunition is such a staple in games like this, I can't believe that the developers missed it. Everything is calculated to make sure that you have more than enough resources to get to the next cutscene, and have exactly the amount the developers want you to have at the start of the next gameplay segment. This makes the entire game feel pointless. None of your choices matter. Now, when people talk about choices in video games, they usually mean picking different dialogue options to influence the ending of the game, but there are numerous subtle choices that you make that influence how you experience the game. In my opinion, these choices are much more important. In most shooting games, the main choices you will have to make involve how much and what type of ammunition you'll use at any given point. You won't always know if using those shotgun rounds right now is a good idea, or if there is some tough enemy ahead that you should save them for. That's why we all cringe when we see Let's Players wasting valuable ammunition on weak enemies. But in Alan Wake, everything feels scripted. Though, considering the plot of the game, maybe that's what they were going for. If the game gives you a bunch of flares, you can bet that you are about to fight a crowd of enemies that you need to use the flares on. If the game gives you a shotgun, you know that you're about to fight a tough enemy. Even worse is that the game teaches you very early that there's no point in saving those items because they will be taken from you shortly. I hate when games take my items from me, or make me start the next area with a different set than what I had, and this happens constantly in Alan Wake. It all adds up to a very unfulfilling experience. So if you just want to experience the story of the game, it would probably be best to put the game on easy, and try to rush through the gameplay segment so you can watch the cutscenes. But if you're looking for engaging gameplay, you won't really find it here. But like I said, I didn't finish the game, so maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe it does get better later. Make sure and let me know in the comments, because if so, I might go back and play the rest of it. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Alan Wake. I'm Cothrix, and thanks for watching.